Hello, friends. Hello, hello. I probably should have done something real quick. Sorry for the little... Okay. There we are. All right. So hello, everybody. It's Tanya with Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot. And today is an exciting day. It is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. And I have a lot to share today, which is why it took me a little bit longer to get my stuff together, because I didn't want to forget something. So I even made a little checklist, so hopefully I don't forget anything. But today I'm going to be sharing some helpful tips, I hope, whether you're an avid stamper, you're just starting out, you're just tuning in because you know who I am, or you think it's funny that I do these videos, who knows why you're tuning in. But today is a great day. It is the launch day for the brand new 2025-2026 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And so if you're in the know with Stampin' Up!, you know this day has been coming for quite a while and everybody's anticipating it. And it's an exciting day. So lots of demonstrators are sharing new products. You can now share the inside of the catalog online with people. You can send digital copies of the catalog now with people. But what I wanted to do is just go back to some basics real quick and remind you of a few things. Another reason it's an exciting day is because a new promotion started today for the starter kit, which obviously when there is a new catalog, there's lots of new things and our wish lists tend to be larger, let's just say that way, larger, and it is a great time to take advantage of the starter kit option, whether you're just going to do the starter kit and get the discount for yourself, or whether you're going to expand and share Stampin' with friends and family, or start doing live videos, who knows, but that is your option and your choice. But the starter kit special starts today, and I'll talk about that in just a moment in detail, and goes through May 31st. So I have quite a few things I wanted to remind you about and share with you. But again, thanks for joining me. This is Tanya Reed with Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot, and I often just go right into it. I don't ever really introduce myself. So if you've watched my videos and don't really know much about me, just a real quick, I live in Chesapeake, Virginia, which is on the East Coast, and I have been a demonstrator now for 22 years, and I love it. I just have always loved stamping. I love paper crafting. I love paper. Let's start there. I've always loved paper, but I love just getting together with people and providing creative experiences for whoever wants to come and play with me or stamp with me, craft with me, whether it's in my studio or at an event or at their own home where they invite a few friends. So I love putting together those kinds of events and encouraging and fostering that creative experience. So if you ever want to reach out to me and let me know how I can help you with that, please do. But anyways, let's get started. So a couple of tips and things to remind you of, because with the launch of this new catalog, of course, we had to say goodbye in a way to last year's annual catalog and also the mini catalog that was launched in January. So one difference this year with these two, and this is a new process that Stampin' Up! Initiated at the end of 2024, and so this is kind of the first cycle through with an annual catalog and a mini catalog, is the concept of last chance lists versus just a retiring list. And once these dates hit, as in yesterday, May 5th, for these two particular catalogs, the products would no longer be available unless they happen to show up in a clearance rack down the road. Well, that process was changed at the end of 2024. And so now the items that were put on the last chance list for us back at the end of March, beginning of April, they are now still available to you until they sell out, essentially, or Stampin' Up! Decides to stop selling them. There's no dates given. They'll be on the last chance list category in the online shopping area. So if you click on the menu in the shopping area and click on specials and last chance list or last chance category, that's where you'll find the items that went to that last chance category when they announced that earlier this spring. So again, those items didn't disappear as of last night. They just will sit in that last chance category until one of two things happens. Either they sell out and then they're gone, and they'll remove them from the website as soon as that happens. Or Stampin' Up! Makes a decision and says, you know, it's been on here too long, we're going to get rid of it. So that won't happen anytime soon. It'll most likely be that the items have sold out. So if they were marked for you in your catalog as last chance list items and hadn't already sold out, you still can shop those. As long as they're available, you can still shop those. So I wanted to point that out because that's a new process for those of us that have been around Stampin' Up! For a while. The cycle was a little bit different in the past. But now this is the way it's going to be going forward. And so I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. Even though the catalog ended, or those catalogs both ended last night with May 5th, if the products were still available, they're still available today. So that is one difference in the new process of how that works. So on the flip side of that, of course, we have a brand new annual catalog, which is full of a lot of new products. There's new suites, new colors. There's new punch. Well, there's only, I think, one new punch, which currently isn't available. They already went ahead and told us ahead of time it wasn't ready to launch with the catalog, the 1 7/8 inch punch. It'll be available towards the end of May. So that's like one of the only products that wasn't available at launch overnight. And the cloud cover ink pad was another one that they have decided, and I explained that last week in my video about the cloud cover ink pad. So that also is not available. But everything else, when I ordered this morning, was available, and I haven't gotten a lot of updates. I haven't been checking it all day, but lots of new products. Like I said, two-tone cardstock in 12 by 12 available now in all the colors, which is awesome. Several new scrapbooking workshop kits and coordinating scrapbooking style stamp sets. As most of you know, we coordinated and absorbed some of the Close to My Heart products last year about this time, and so some new products in the scrapbooking line were added to this year's catalog. So we won't have a separate scrapbooking brochure anymore. Everything will be available here or online for scrapbooking products. Hello, Irene, thanks for joining. All right, so I'm trying to get myself caught up with videos because I just saw that pop up on my phone and I have no idea if somebody else said hello. But anyway, so basically lots of new products, embellishments, beautiful new ribbons. I actually ordered some today myself. I'm super excited about it. One of my favorite new suites, if you haven't checked it out, is it's called the Boho Vibe Suite. And I just love the colors of it. It's completely my color scheme because I love those earthy tones, but I am loving this new Boho Vibe Suite. It can be found on page 61, 62, and 63 if you have a catalog in hand, or you can search it in the online version, but that's probably my favorite new suite in this catalog. So, along with the new catalog, of course, and then, of course, like last week, I introduced you to the colors if you hadn't already seen them, but these are the new in colors. So my friend Amy Wilson, who is a demonstrator in Paducah, Kentucky, she presented at our onstage event in March. She's one of my really good demonstrator friends. She did a card similar to this at onstage, and I interpreted it with some different stamps that I had and some different dies than what she had used. But so here's the colors. We've got the cloud cover here. This is Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, and then the color behind the white die cut piece there is the Secret Sea. It's also the piece that everything is layered on here. So those are your 5 new in colors. Of course, some of you who've been around a while know that Strawberry Slush is a returning color. But right now, I'm actually really loving the Timid Tiger. That's probably my favorite at this moment, is the Timid Tiger. It's a beautiful orange. And again, it's one of those earthier tones, if you will. And we need some orange in our color palette. So I'm very happy with the Timid Tiger so far. But what a fun, easy card. This is one of the cards that I also did at my card buffet this weekend and will be doing again tomorrow. at my card buffet. And so I wanted to share that with you, make sure you saw all those beautiful new in colors. So like I said, you can get the in colors in cardstock, in regular markers like this, a whole set of them. You can get them in the blends, and then your ink refills as well. There's several embellishments that include those colors, and also some ribbons and trim. And then all but the full size cloud cover ink pad, the other 4 colors, the ink pads are also available to purchase beginning today. All right, so I just found myself on the video. That was a little bit delayed in doing that. All right, so again, it launched today. My first tip for you is to pace yourself. The annual catalog is around for a year, so whether you're a demonstrator, whether you're an avid stamper and customer / collector of Stampin' Up! Products, pace yourself. You know, you can only put your hands on so many things at one time. So pick 1 or 2 things and build off of that. Of course, everybody wants the new colors. Those are always very important to us to add to our collection. But when it comes to like multiple stamp sets or multiple suites or multiple things, pace yourself. You know, don't burn yourself out at the beginning, because we'll have this catalog for a year. And that's my advice to my team. Nearly every catalog launch is to pace themselves. And I try and practice that as well. I try and pick out 1 or 2 things that I know I'm going to use in the next month. If you buy frequently, kind of think about it that way every time you go to order. What do I need in the next month or 2, or whatever your pace is to pace yourself and don't overdo it. Because unfortunately, sometimes people order way too much. Not that I'm discouraging you to order. However, you order way too much and then it just sits, or it doesn't even get unpacked for the box, or it doesn't get it doesn't get inked up. And that's not the goal. The goal is to use the products, create beautiful things, and share that, right? So that's my advice on that, is to pace yourself. All right, so besides the new catalog, there's also a whole brand new selection of online exclusives. And if you haven't been shopping the online exclusives, this is the time to start. So online exclusives launch every other month now. There's a new offering every other month. There is no timeline for how long they'll be available. Those are the 1 items that I would say, if there's something you really love, put it on that first order. So online exclusives, I don't even have anything to show you because they're online, right? It doesn't mean you have to order them online. So if you order with a demonstrator yourself somewhere, they can order them for you, but you can only see those products online. And so to find those, you're going to basically go to the menu and the products and hit the online exclusives button. And it's always going to put the newest things first. So, but there's a huge amount and beautiful things and options in this launch for May. And again, they all launched today as well. There's also 2 new kits from the kits collection. There is a stamping kit and a non-stamping kit, but they're both card kits. So one of them is called the Beautiful Blues Kit. I'm gonna open up my catalog. So on page 11 of the catalog, you actually see that kit there. It is featured at the top of page 11. So even though that is a kit and it's typically just online, they did give us some sneak peeks at some of the kits. Now this kit has already been available, the Heirloom Arrangements kit, that one has already been available, but this Beautiful Blues kit is a brand new one and it launched today. So it's an awesome kit. It's $23 and it makes 9 cards, and that is your stamping kit. There's also a really fun kit that is a non-stamping kit called Share a Smile. And that one has got some bright colors, and it is $14, and it makes, I believe, 8 cards. So that's a really great deal for $14. But the colors included are Basic Black, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Melon Mambo, and Pumpkin Pie. So you can kind of get an idea of what that color scheme is like. But that is called the Share a Smile kit, and it's listed again under the kits collection. Okay, so those are 2 brand new kits. So lots of new things today. We've got, like I said, the annual catalog, the online exclusives, and 2 new kits. So with that, of course, as I highlighted earlier, the starter kit promotion starts today. So if your wish list is large, I definitely recommend considering getting the starter kit. The starter kit is $99 plus tax, so the tax would be calculated based on your local tax. And as the purchaser of the starter kit, basically you pick out whatever $165 in product that you want. So the deal is getting $66 in product for free. A couple of other things you get for free are shipping. That's right. So you don't pay shipping on that $99 starter kit. It is free. You also get a free paper pumpkin included in your starter kit, and it's just a random paper pumpkin that they send you. And then you also get free catalogs and a few other small business supplies that you can do with what you will or what you wish. But a box of catalogs goes a long way with sharing Stampin' Up! And sharing what you'd love to do with paper crafting. So I definitely recommend considering the starter kit. I will brag on my team because I love them so much, and we have had an awesome year. 21 of us got to go to the onstage event in Raleigh, and we had the best time. Now, not everybody lives locally to where I live or even locally to Raleigh, but many people made the trip. Most of us got to drive here, drive to Raleigh for it, but we had the best time. Being part of a community of people that love to paper craft, it's more than just the creative part. It's just friendships, it's a lot of fun, it's sharing with each other and getting excited about new things. So currently we have 36 Sweet Tea Stampers, and they are in various places in the US. Many of them are based out of close to where I live in this general area, but we have some in other places like Georgia and Florida and South Carolina and North Carolina and Pennsylvania and Iowa. So we're kind of spread out. We're not all local to this area. So those that aren't local have the option to participate with us virtually or come for a visit. So that works out however people want to participate, but I offer many options to participate virtually, both in our meetings or challenges and things like that. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I will provide a link to join my Sweet Tea Stampers team, or you can just drop me a message and I'd be happy to share a little bit more with you. But the starter kit, like I said, that doesn't mean you have to do classes or host people in your home or do videos. All that means is you're going to get that great deal on the starter kit this month. And again, it goes until May 31st. You would pay $99 and you pick out your $165 in products. And they can be from the current catalog. They can be from last year's catalog as long as the items haven't sold out. So they could be from the discontinued list. They could be from online exclusives or the kits collection. Any of those products that's currently available, you can add to your starter kit. And then once you purchase your starter kit, once you get everything set up, you can then place orders and you would start with 20% off every order going forward. But I think that's an awesome deal right now, and I highly encourage you to think about it if you do have a wish list for the new catalog. Okay? All right, the last thing I wanted to share real quick is something personal, and I promised myself that I would share this with, starting to share this with people out loud, and so I wanted to share that I am quickly approaching another milestone with Stampin' Up. Milestones can occur with either 5-year anniversaries, which I just told you a little while ago that I've been in 22 years, so I'm not quite there. Got a couple years for the next milestone there. However, I am approaching a sales milestone, and I had promised myself that once I reached a certain level to get there, I would start talking about it more with people. But this sign has been up on my little refrigerator over to the side, which you can't really see in the video, but it's here in my studio. And the people that come every now and again will ask me about it because it's a block of numbers, and every now and again I'll get to highlight another number, meaning I'm one step closer, one block closer to my milestone. So the milestone I'm talking about is a sales milestone, and I am approaching my $300,000 milestone with Stampin' Up. And again, 22 years, it's not like I did it overnight, but I'm excited about it, and I wanted to share where I'm at with you. So you can see all these have been filled in over the last year, I would say. I don't remember exactly when I put this together, but I am approaching, everything that's highlighted has been completed, so I am down to less than $5,000 to reach my next milestone with Stampin' Up, which is just a personal achievement. But you can help me get there. With every order that's placed, I get to hopefully fill in a new block here on my milestone countdown. So I'm going to share this periodically, and cheer me on if that's all you can do, but share with others and let people know if they want to place an order, if you want to place an order, and help me get to my milestone. I would love it. I greatly appreciate it. So I just want to share it and let you know that I'm on the countdown to my next milestone, and I can't wait to share it each week with you and show you where I'm at. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the new catalog. I am loving it. I told you my favorite is the Boho Vibes. That's my favorite new suite, but I have a lot of other favorites. So stay tuned for a little bit more of that. All right, bye everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.